Vika had never believed in the supernatural. For her, the world was clear and logical, but one ordinary evening changed everything. She came home after work, threw her bag on the couch, and headed to the mailbox to check the mail. It was mostly advertising brochures and bills, but among them was a strange letter. It was sealed in an old envelope, darkened by time. There was no sender's address on the envelope, only her name and address, written in ink pen in neat but old-fashioned handwriting. Vika went back to the apartment and opened the envelope. Inside was a letter written in the same handwriting. The words scrawled on the yellow paper made her go cold. Dear Vika, I know you don't remember me, but I remember you. You promised to come back, but you never did. I'm still waiting for you at the same place. Your friend, Sergei. The name Sergei seemed familiar to her, but there was no way she could remember where from. Vika put the letter aside and tried to concentrate on dinner, but thoughts of the message kept her busy. She remembered that as a child she had a friend with that name, but he had died many years ago when she was about 10 years old. Sergei had been her neighbor. They often played together in an old playground near an abandoned house until one day he went missing. Later his body was found in the river, not far from that playground. Then Vika was too young to understand the tragedy of the situation, but now the memories came over her with renewed vigor. That night Vika had a dream. She was a child again, playing with Sergei on that very playground. He was laughing, but his face looked unusually pale. You didn't come, he said in the dream, looking at her reproachfully. I was waiting for you. Vika woke up in a cold sweat. Her heart was pounding frantically, and on the table beside the bed was a letter, although she had left it in the other room. The next day Vika decided to go back to that very playground. It had been abandoned long ago, and it was overgrown with bushes and grass, but the place was still familiar. Near the old swing where she and Sergei played, she saw something strange. There was another note lying there, neatly folded and pinned to a tree. She unfolded it and read, You have not forgotten me. I know now that you will come. Wait. Vika turned around, feeling someone's eyes on her, but there was no one around. Only silence, broken by the rustle of leaves, surrounded her. She hurried away, but when she returned home, she found another oddity. On her desk lay a small, old photograph. It showed her and Sergei sitting on that very swing, but the photo looked strange. Vika had never seen it before. On the back it said, We're still here. Vika sat at the table, looking at an old photograph. Her hands were trembling. It looked real, but she couldn't remember anyone taking a picture like that when she was a child. It's just a prank, she muttered, trying to convince herself, but her heart was saying otherwise. Her phone suddenly vibrated. It was a notification of a new email. Opening the app, she saw that